I've actually tried several times to adopt a kid.
Really?
Just for content.
Just for content.
I need to stop saying that on the application.
Right.
Because they say, like, what's your plan for the kid? And I go, TikTok. Hello?
That should be a legit answer at this point.
They're going to dance.
There's money in there.
Yes, there's money. There's always money at the TikTok stand. Amber, my girl.
Now, I am your girl.
We have things to talk about immediately. Your husband's trying to sleep with me.
My husband, I can't deny that.
Your husband might be trying to sleep with me.
But he only picks the best and the baddest.
Yeah,
so
and
I want you to know that.
Evidence.
My husband is very attracted to you. He loves funny men.
Come
so,
on.
like, I can make some shit shake.
Let's make some shit shake.
You know?
Because y'all came to my birthday party.
We did.
And did you guys have a good time?
We had an amazing time. Your birthday... Kayla's... where's my camera? This me? Okay.
That was you right there. And tell them how the birthday party was.
You know, I apologize to those girls of you out there who didn't get an invite. You know, I too was on the C list, but I got it. I got an invite, and it was just so. It was like, I'm not trying to call you old, of course.
Okay, this is an interesting turn.
I think we've been to. I'm sure you've been to so many like Gen Z little events out and around town. Just like this is a content birthday party. Like, you know, you go to something, you're like, this is about the content.
Yeah.
But your party was very like, no, phones away. Let's just put on some Natasha Bedingfield.
We were dancing.
And get to town. People were actually dancing.
Singing.
People were actually talking. Can I actually tell you a secret?
Oh my God.
About your birthday party?
Please. This is huge.
Breaking news. I stole a blunt at your birthday party. That was on a table.
Those were out for everybody.
See, but the black in me was like, I stole it. I took something that wasn't mine, and I have to confess immediately.
No, that was the blunt table.
Well, I want you to know, like, something the listeners should know about me. I have so much guilt that one time at a Panera Bread.
Thank you.
Of course.
First of all.
At a Panera Bread. Thank you for your service, Panera Bread.
Yeah.
One time at a Panera Bread, I bought like a scone. So I gave the cashier $5.
Right.
Some teenage cashier was like busy doing stuff, the coffees, the scones. So she gave me back $26. She gave me back the wrong change, right? I tripped 3 times running out of that Panera Bread.
Oh, man.
Because I was trying to get away with the cash.
Yeah.
But I felt so guilty.
That's
I tripped
gonna come
3
back to you,
times.
Amber.
I was sweating profusely. I get in the car with my mom, and she's like, why do you stink, and where's the scone? Like, and I was like, we gotta go, we gotta hit it. Like, I just stole $26 for this Panera Bread. And she's like, get your ass back in there. Get the scone and give that girl her money back. So that's the kind of guilt I deal with.
Yeah.
Like,
your mom's, I hate to say this, but your mom's fake as hell, because I would have been like, I'd getaway car. I'd been like, let's go.
But see, you have to, like, you know, I'm a parent. So at what point do you teach your kid that some crimes are okay?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that was my mama's day to teach me that.
That was not the day.
But I thought I stole a blunt at your party.
No.
I walked past it 3 times and I was like, I think I'm going to steal at Kayla's party.
Blunt
I
table.
need something. So it was a blunt table.
Blunt table was calling you.
But see,
I laid
there was
out
no
the blunts.
signage. There was no sign that said blunt table. So I wasn't sure.
There wasn't. I did a lot of things for the party, but and this is my LA birthday party. Now, yes, I had a Kansas City one. Yes, I had a New York one.
Oh. The tour. The birthday tour.
I'm not a big birthday person, but this year I just was like, that week I was scheduled to be in all 3 places already, and I was like, fuck it. But I will say the craziest thing I did for my birthday party. Did you drink any of the jungle juice?
Oh, absolutely.
It fucked people up.
Yes, it did.
The jungle juice I made really took people to a place that I have never seen so many people get poured into Ubers. Like, people were stuffed into the back of Ubers at the end of the night.
Clown car.
40-year-old executives at TV networks getting like pushed into Ubers.
But that's what made it feel so OG. It's like, enough of these fancy cocktails, an open bar.
Stop it.
I want that hunch punch.
Yeah.
And that's what you delivered.
It was hooch.
The hooch. It was hooch.
It was
and
literally
hash.
hooch. We were in there,
all
dude.
of it.
I'm so glad you guys came. Yeah. Ben, anytime, hit me up. I would love to talk.
He said you smell great.
I do smell good.
He needs a night out with you.
He needs a night out with me. You stay home with the kid.
Sometimes I want to just, cue up my Aaron Brockovich and have a good night.
Aaron Brockovich. Now, I'm a Julia Roberts stan.
Yes, I know.
Is that your number 1 Julia movie?
I do loves me a pretty woman.
Thank you.
But I would say my favorite, the minute I was like, Julia's not one of those. She's one of the girls.
Yeah.
was Steel Magnolias.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was like, oh no, she's not just a great smile and some,
She's more.
she's not just 47 teeth. She's like, it's more like 78 teeth. She's got a lot of teeth.
She's got big
and they're
teeth.
blinding white.
Yeah.
And I was like, but she's not just resting on her laurels.
Now, have you seen Stepmom?
Oh, of course.
Oh, Stepmom. Now, you want to talk about a movie that will make me cry until I throw up? Stepmom with Julia Roberts and Susan Sarandon. I read a review
Yes.
of this movie once because it came out around the same time as Patch Adams.
Of course.
And Ebert and Roper put out a review of this movie back when reviews were like that, you know?
Yeah.
And
Now the comment section is the reviews.
truly that. And they, so for people who are like 20 and below, Ebert and Roper was like letterboxed, but they actually had credentials. And so what they said mattered.
Great.
And
Yes,
they did a review of Stepmom, this gut-wrenchingly sad, beautiful movie.
Love it.
And they said it pulls at your heartstrings, but it doesn't hold a gun on you like Patch Adams. And I was like, that's about
accurate.
Because Patch Adams wanted you to die.
Patch Adams sent you straight to the crematorium.
They
But
really took us under.
but stepmom
Stepmom is real.
had you wanting to end your life as well. Like
Yeah.
I was like, how can I feel this much pain for these
fictional white women.
these fictional whites?
These
yeah.
fictional
But
whites.
even there, there were so many strong standouts in Stepmom, like the little boy, Jenna Malone. We love a young Jenna Malone.
Yes, we do.
Who was even the white guy? Is it
Ed
Kevin
Harris.
Costner? Ed Harris. I was like, I can't even remember the white guy.
You were right to mix them up, but it was Ed Harris.
Yeah, you know that type.
Yeah.
It's like the Clint Eastwood, like,
Yup.
you know.
You're like they don't really have to say their politics type of white guy. You're
Right.
like, I know where they fall on
Right.
stuff.
They got a little smoke to their voices.
Yeah. When they're in a movie, you're like, I know what they're supposed to be about.
Yeah.
They like classic cars in a way that's a little scary.
Yeah,
You know, you're like, oh, not that.
yeah, like you missed the time. Not the vintage car. Yeah.
You missed the era.
Yeah, you missed the era.
You and Julia have a lot in common. Not only are you both very talented, beautiful people that I love, but Georgia girls. Now,
Oh, really?
Are you from Georgia, or did you just
I'm
go to
from
school
Georgia.
there?
I'm from Athens, Georgia, and then I went to school there.
I knew you went to school in Georgia. You studied journalism?
I did. Okay, you better do that research.
Come on, you think I'm
better
playing
do
around?
your homework, or somebody did it.
Chance did it.
Yeah.
But I read the documents.
I saw the way that hand
But
went
I
up.
read the documents.
I saw the cliff notes.
Georgia
right.
girl. She's a
I
Georgia
am.
girl.
She is.
And what I want to say, what is her connection? Julia Roberts has a connection to, Chance, will you Google? I think she has a connection to like, is it MLK? Okay, I see Martin Luther King Jr. in that bottom paragraph, and I want to know what that's about.
During its years of activity, the workshop was the only. Oh, it was an integrated theater company in Atlanta.
Of course.
4 children of Coretta Scott and Martin Luther King Jr. participated in the company's classes and productions, and the Kings financially supported the enterprise. This is like her family's theater company.
Yeah, so they were in like a theater business with the King family in
That
Georgia.
tracks. What a fucking flex.
I know. I'm like,
like
but there's always just been something
you
about
know
her.
who's doing, Evita tonight? Like, young Bernice King.
Come on, Bernie, get in
It's
here.
like, you said what? It's like, how does that even happen?
Georgia
How
girls.
do you know the King family and get them to support your
Theater company.
and then probably sell out your shows?
Yeah. But that's her big Georgia connection. Well, she's from there, but that's like the thing that when I read that, I was like, that's crazy, because I think of her as being so much different of like an era. You know what I mean? Like I
Yes.
think like, oh, but that's actually not that separated.
Just so there's obviously like a lot of multi-talented people today, but she's just like quintessential, like anything you see her, like I've never seen her do something poorly. I recently saw her in that like newer Netflix movie. It's like about the world ending or something.
Yeah.
And even there, we're kind of supposed to hate her. I'm like,
can't.
I'm still obsessed.
You can't.
Like, I love her.
And you know what we don't have? We don't have it. They're not making. There's 2 things that God is not making more of. That's land and movie stars.
And movie stars.
We don't have movie stars anymore, baby.
We
It's over.
don't have we got some new, very talented people, but like Julia Roberts. So in the South, I wouldn't call Kansas City the South, but I feel like there's a lot of overlap with how y'all think about things.
Yeah.
In the South, everybody can do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the South, you will find somebody who can act, sing, dance, probably braid hair, and make a
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Something.
strip and grits.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of do a little bit of everything. And I've been finding, like, I moved here about 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and I'll meet somebody who's like, well, I can style you, but I can't do this thing. And I'm like, I need a one-stop shop.
Yeah, you need to be able to do it all for me.
So she's somebody that reminds me of that time in life where it was like, it wasn't just enough to do, like, you get that.
Yeah.
You need to be a stand-up. You need to be a podcaster. You need to make the reels. You need to also write and do movie credits. Yeah.
If you want to be getting ahead in entertainment right now, if you want to survive and pay your bills reliably, you have to have 7 careers.
7.
You have to have.
And you can't even really be above sex work. You're
No.
like, I got to keep this.
It's always
I gotta
gotta be
keep this
there.
in my back pocket.
It's always got to be there.
It's gonna be under the bed, but I might have to look under that, see that boogeyman every now and then.
Just see what's going on down
Just
there.
to see.
Yeah, you have to have your writing for others, you're writing for yourself, you have to have stand-up, you have to have podcasting, or if it's not stand-up, you have to have live performance of some kind, you have to have ticket
And
sales.
if that doesn't work, have a baby.
Have a baby.
You in a whole new market with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is that why you guys had a kid? You're like, we need content,
It's not
Ben.
why we had no. We love her dearly, but I will definitely say, and this is probably, hopefully, this will be my most cringiest comment. I would definitely say that because you're in a new market, your net worth will double when you have a kid.
It's a whole new people to talk to, yeah.
You can do maternity, you can do mommy and me, you can do workshops. Like I try to still have as much of my career as I can, but like, once they see that kid, they're like, I just want to follow the journey. Yeah,
Yeah, they're just in.
they're in.
Well, it's really just it's really just adding to your story. Whatever, we all do that. Like it's like getting into a new relationship and talking about it on stage or whatever.
Right.
It's like
It's that.
when your life is changing and you have fans that are invested, it's going to bring in new people who want to be invested as well. That's just normal.
That's normal.
And I'm gonna try to have a kid. I've actually tried several times to adopt a kid.
Really?
Just for content.
Just for content.
I need to stop saying that on the application.
Right.
Because they say like, "What's your plan for the kid?" And I go, "TikTok."
TikTok.
Hello.
That should be a legit answer at this
Dance.
point.
They're gonna dance.
There's money in there.
Yes, there's money. There's always money at the TikTok stand.
They're gonna be big.
This kid's gonna be breakdancing at the grocery store, and I'm gonna be.
The John Benet Ramsey's parents thought that, like, okay, we need to come up and quick.
and
Like,
it worked out.
It worked out
Until
for a
it
minute.
didn't, yeah.
Until it didn't.
It worked out
But
until it
worked
didn't.
out.
But the publicity is still there.
The publicity to this day.
They get
Every now
talked
and then I'll
about.
meet a Gen Zer that's like, who the fuck is John Benet Ramsey? I'm like, this country is going to hell in a handbasket. What do you mean you don't know who John Benet Ramsey is?
America's sweetheart.
America's sweetheart.
You know America's sweetheart, and you don't know her brother.
Ice Spice is currently America's sweetheart, but
Ice Spice will already have me a little bit, but being in that Chiefs box at the Super Bowl, she'll always have me for that.
What's the most rare? I mean, because I love a bit, so I'm like, okay, who orchestrated all this?
Who got
Like,
this
what
to happen?
contracts were signed?
Yeah.
Like, sure, it's true love, but like, what team of people that were like, we got to get Travis, we got to get Taylor,
Gotta get
we
Ice
got to
Spice.
mic everybody.
Gotta get Blake
Let's get
Lively.
Spice in there. Blake Lively,
Yeah.
Lively and Curls. We
Yeah.
need this is a production. Like, who put this together?
Did you see the Ice Spice brought that really hot music producer guy with her, and now she's having to clarify online that he's not gay? And I get it.
I
Because
didn't see him.
Oh, I saw him.
Did we
and
got Chance in
and
the-
I took
in-
notice. He's.
Oh,
Wait.
was that her date?
You can't really see him in the picture that Chance put. Oh my God, he's gorgeous. There's
He
a
is.
There's a picture of all of them
He's
afterwards
gay,
somewhere.
but he is very gorgeous.
I need
He's not
it-
gay.
I need him like I need oxygen.
Yes.
When she
He's
said
giving
he's not
kind of
into
that like
guys,
Justin Timberlake.
look at him.
But like it wasn't stolen. Like that's his aesthetic.
Yeah,
you know what
he's
I mean?
beautiful. And he's cool. But yeah, I once she was in that box for the Super Bowl, I was like, I'm full in now. I'm
Like-
and I kind of can't stop winning because Beyonce put out a country song.
She did. Okay, can we talk about that for 2 seconds?
Go ahead.
I love Beyonce.
Uh-oh.
I listened to both songs.
Uh-huh.
I saw Renaissance in Paris. Okay, I'm a part of the Hive.
You're in it.
I do think it's a little trifling that she dropped those songs on Usher's night.
Oh,
A little bit. Because here's the thing.
I never considered this.
Just hear me out for a second.
I'm hearing you.
You do not get paid to do the Super Bowl. You are paid through exposure. So you have to pay everyone from the makeup artists to the dancers to the and what comes back to you is everybody streaming your shit the next day.
Yeah.
That's the biggest perk of doing all the rehearsals, all the things, going on stage,
Yeah.
things going wrong, putting yourself out there. That is the biggest perk. So for everybody to supposedly be dropping your music the next day and nobody did that, everybody's streaming. I'm not gonna say nobody did it. But I was ready to stream You Got It Bad and
You were
caught
ready
up
to
the
have an
next
Usher
day.
moment, right.
I was ready to have my Usher moment the next day. Didn't have it.
You did.
I listened to
Hold'em.
Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages, and I had to be on my mom shit. This is me driving to the job I don't have.
Yeah.
Like I work for myself. But,
Yeah. But you're in the minivan going to school and going to work.
I only got time for 2 songs.
Right.
And they weren't Usher songs the next day.
Damn.
You don't think that's a little messed up?
I love that you could have made a different choice, but you're blaming it on Beyonce. I love that. I love that you're like, you know what's
Right.
fucked up with Beyonce is what I did the next day.
It was what I did. Well, because I knew I fell victim to it. I was like,
we fell
I'm
for
trash. I was like, why am I not listening to Usher right now? My hand was forced. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't have a choice.
I didn't have a choice.
There's a new hot thing I need to be up on.
On tonight.
I'm with you. I didn't listen to Usher the next
somebody
day.
at a party the other day was like, no, Usher dropped a full album. You didn't know? I was like,
Wow.
no.
That's tough.
How was I going to know?
That's tough. I will say Usher's halftime show to me understood the assignment. We're
Me
back.
too.
We're so back on halftime shows. He brought out the right guests.
He did.
He knew the energy.
I would say it was a little busy. It was a little chaotic at the
Yes.
top of the number.
Yes.
And it's Vegas, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
We're doing Vegas.
but I remember thinking, like, where are my eyes supposed to be looking right now? Because I'm seeing acrobats. I'm
Yeah.
seeing pole work. And now Usher's on roller skates. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like they kept the eye moving. But yeah, that reminded me of like, oh, Alicia, they've been cooking her online.
They love to cook her online.
They put a apple in her mouth and threw her on the
On the
pit.
spit.
Because
It's like-
I'm telling you, and just turned.
They do
because-
that to her though.
But
she
here-
can't win with these people.
Now, here's the thing about Alicia's. Did you hear that first note that she tried?
Of course I heard it.
Okay, there's an edit that of it her doing right, which is like, I now trust nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing can be trusted if y'all already have an edit of you doing it correctly.
They do that stuff. They edited out when I hate to bring it up, but Joe Coy, when he bombed at that award show, they put up they piped in laughter and stuff.
Wow.
Which I'm
Smart.
like, all love to Joe, do your thing, brother. But like piping in laughter is crazy.
Piping in laughter is crazy. I'm gonna be a little hard on Alicia because like she cracked on what was the song? Some People Want It All.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't have to sing that.
Yeah.
You don't sing that with Usher.
Yeah.
You could have sang any song that let us know, oh, Alicia's on the keys tonight.
Yeah.
You could have sang No One. You
Yeah.
could have sang Fallen.
No one.
You could have just done the I Just Want You and then My Boo.
Right.
But you chose to sing that song.
Yeah.
And you cracked.
You
So
ha-
we're like, choices were made.
You have a very anti-black woman agenda today. You came in here
No.
with one thing on your mind.
One thing on my mind. But I streamed Beyonce's songs.
Yeah.
And I did. I have fully uplifted Julia Roberts and shat
It's
on
not looking
Alicia.
good. And you're putting me in a
I
tough spot.
think I am.
What am I supposed to do?
I think my hand was forced today already. My mouth was forced.
And I love
But
it.
I love Alicia. I really do. But I remember thinking like, you didn't have to choose that song.
Well, I'm going to say something controversial.
Ooh.
If you're ready for that.
I'm ready.
And it involves Alicia and it involves Pam Anderson. The no makeup trend.
Oh, are you not a fan?
Look, everybody should do what makes them happy and comfortable. I'm happy for everyone. We all look a little better when things are done up. Like, here's the deal. I'm not going anywhere that there's professional grade cameras without makeup except for this show. Okay, but a carpet, I'm getting the makeup done.
A carpet. There's something revolutionary about it, but you can't even do that until you've made it, like overmade it.
Yeah.
So I do like the notion that like I've made it. Why would I do a concealer for you girls tonight?
Yeah.
You're gonna eat up whatever I put on. It's kind of like remember that night that Lana Del Rey wore like a dress from Forever 21 on the red carpet, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck them.
You know how I can tell that I didn't have a very good take about the makeup thing is you changed my mind without even trying. You were like, yeah, but they made it and it's kind of revolutionary. And literally in my heart, I was like, she's so right.
Yeah,
That's how
Pam
weak I
took
am.
a lot of heat for years. So I'm like, you know what? Just be barefaced.
Can I just say one thing though? Can I just say one thing? I love Pam Anderson, and I am team everyone leave her the fuck alone. What she went through in the media was horrible her whole career. But specifically with the no makeup thing, when people go, she looks just as beautiful either way.
Nah, no.
Must we
No.
lie? Must we lie?
You know what I
Because
feel that way about though? I feel not so much no makeup. I feel that way. This will probably be my worst take as well about the no bra era. Because only some girls get to do that shit.
Yeah.
But when you got like postpartum titties, you can't be no bra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They will eat you alive.
To me,
But when you got two little bee stings, they're like, and
Just
she
a
went
little-
braless.
just little Emma Stone titties,
Right,
just
yeah.
right there,
But
sitting
let
like
me
this.
pull some boulders out. They're gonna be like,
Let me show what a mother's breasts look like.
Let me show you
There's a difference between titties
a
and
mother's,
breasts.
like a bosom. Like, it's a no bosom.
These give life.
These give life, okay?
I feel like it's like if I went to the red carpet and I wore like what I wear around the house. Like when I'm around the house just watching TV, I literally wear like Target women's gauchos and like
love a moo-moo.
a stained old like improv t-shirt from college. If I wore that on the carpet and people are like, he looks just as good as he would in a suit, I'm like, no, I don't. I'm comfortable and I deserve to do whatever I want, but we don't need to lie.
No, Alicia doesn't look as good as she would look in makeup. But she's also wearing something. Like, she's not going to...
That's the other thing.
She's not going to convince me that there's nothing
ball.
on. There's some dewiness. Yeah.
Yeah, there's things happening over there.
Like her makeup artist is in the back like... it's funny how she has on no makeup.
Makeup free, huh?
Yeah, like say that to the 2 hours I spent working on that mug before
Truly.
to make every freckle look. Yeah, something's being done.
Something's being done.
Yeah, but Pam, I do think Pam has been going nothing.
I think, hey, I'll tell you what. I believe Pam. I believe there's no makeup in the look. I do believe that.
No makeup.
She's doing her thing, and I see it.
Yeah, but or it's also just like, okay, but at this point, girl, you got your titties done, you got your butt done, you got your teeth done, but sure, no makeup. Let's be natural.
Amber,
Like you're trying to sell us that everything is natural, and that's the lie.
Amber, let me say something. You said it, not me. Hey, we need to. We got voicemails from the listeners.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
And I know you're gonna love this.
Hi. So, I just had to step away from my 9 to 5 here to smoke a full joint and ask this. Can we know the truth about astrology, babe? I want to believe the stars are true, but can we depend on them? Let me know, please. Do your research. Can't wait to hear the results. Talk to you later. Bye.
Now, before we start recording, what did I tell you about my fans? Homosexuals who can't stop doing drugs. I literally stepped away from the 9 to 5 to smoke a joint to ask this question. What do you think about astrology?
Very gay. I just can't.
I'm with you.
I'm like, so you mean to tell me the date and time that my parents were fucking is why I have an attitude today? Like, that can't be
That's
right.
why I'm having a bad Tuesday?
That's why I'm having, like, or I just hate, because I used to work at a yoga studio.
Uh-huh.
So I was in the minority even further because I wasn't into astrology. So everybody was constantly, just sharing about their big three. And it's like, well, that, like, you could tell, you could come in and be like, I just had such a shitty day. They're like, wait, Sagittarius? I'm like, no, let me tell you what happened. So I was taking out my ticket to get on the bus. No, wait. What time were you born? You're like,
stop.
Let me finish the story.
Yeah.
Before, but they're just guessing and they're excusing certain behaviors.
Yeah.
Because of charts. So I can't get with. I pretend like I'm doing it, especially if like somebody's doing my nails and they're like, "Girl, look at this. You're such a Cancer," and I'm like, "I'm not, but you're doing a good job." So I don't want to ruin it. You know what I'm saying?
Total cancer, whatever you need.
Total cancer by this nail.
LA has started to get to me though. I don't really still, even to this day, like I don't disbelieve in astrology. I just am like, it doesn't do much for me, but I have started to be like my friend was fucking with a 26-year-old guy and she was 29, 30. And she was having like issues with it. And I was like, and I legitimately, impulsively, just because I've been in LA for long enough, I was like, he hasn't entered his Saturn return yet, babe. And I meant it. You know what I mean? I meant it.
You weren't just like bullshitting.
No, I really it just came to, because it was like, that's a thing I can say. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
it is.
Hey, and I felt it when I was doing it, but do I believe it deep in my core? I don't really know. I will say the most compelling argument I get from astrology people is, if the moon has the power to direct the ocean, which it does, it affects the tide, how could it not affect us?
Okay.
That's the best argument I've heard for it.
I can get down with that.
Yeah.
And I can get down with suggestions and fun and people liking to know, like, this is gonna sound mean. I think sometimes people just like to feel special. You know what I mean? So
across the board.
Across the board. So people like having like, but this one thing about me is that I'm like Leo rising, Cancer falling.
Yeah.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
And they like having like, this is my specific thing. It's my personality type.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, but what do you do for fun? Like, what do you like to eat? How do you like to spend your time? And they're like, well, I'm a Leo.
I'm a Leo, so you know me.
Like,
but no, I don't.
I don't know you. Yeah. So I think there's something about it that makes you feel like, oh, I got a shout out because somebody like they just like it's so easy to get if I'm a DJ and I'm at the party.
Yeah,
this is me DJing the party, and I'm like, where my Scorpios at?
Yeah,
you're like, oh my God, that's me. I'm special.
Now, what is your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
So I don't know anything about that, but I'll be fascinated to see what the listeners think of this because I guarantee you there's going to be some people that go,
That would track.
a Pisces
for her.
would feel that way.
A Pisces would be a non-believer.
This all makes sense
This is
for
so
a Pisces. I
coded.
don't know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you want to hear that next part, go over to the Patreon and subscribe to get the bonus content.
That's shady boots. Like you'll start dating somebody new and they're like, I wouldn't have picked that person for you. And you're like, what does that mean?
That's often me. I will say, if anyone I've ever met, I'm the most honest about my friends' relationships.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know who I'm married to. So like you were the friend that did that to me a lot.
Oh.
So what would you have said? So I just came home from a date with this kooky, nerdy white dude.
Yeah.
He looks opposite from me.
Yeah.
We vibe on different things, but we vibe. So I'm gonna bring him over to meet you, and you would say,
If I met Ben, I would have been into it. I would have approved. Because
Oh, yeah, okay.
Ben has a good vibe. It's clear that y'all have fun together. Y'all like each other. Y'all have a lot of the same interests. Y'all are into like,
Right.
And I don't want to use the wrong term or anything, but like science fiction type stuff. Y'all
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that
The
kind of
wrong
things.
term.
Because I'm like, I know in the community there's probably like different delineations, but y'all do like Comic-Con and stuff, right?
yeah. Like, yeah, he would definitely be like, it's speculative fiction.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Is he would correct me.
Yeah.
But no, y'all have a lot of shared interests. He's a nice guy. He has a lot of respect for you. He talks about you very positively. Y'all very
Okay.
clearly have an energy together.
I thought you meant that for like the, like the fit and the vibe and the,
No, I'm down with anything. I'm very open. I don't have a hang up about really like I have friends who will definitely be like he's too ugly for you or whatever. That's never my thing. My thing, and that wouldn't be Ben either. Ben's so cute. But my thing is me and Ben clearly gonna hook up soon.
Yeah, of course.
My thing is way more just like vibe based. If they don't get on with the friend group pretty much immediately, I'm like they need to go.
That's intense. Okay, so let's say like your friend's dating somebody for a while. Like, you don't have to name them, but like,
Yeah.
give me like, this was a time where I just knew this person wasn't gonna last.
It would be easier to give you times that I didn't feel that.
Damn.
It's so rare that because my friends are so special. My friends are such special, beautiful, wonderful. I'm friends with the best people in the world.
Yeah.
The nicest, smartest, funniest people. I only attract good people in my life, and I only retain good people, and I'm very proud of that. The thing that I think most is true about my life is that I'm very lucky with people. So to be on the level of deserving to be with one of my friends is like it's like rarer than being an Olympic athlete. It's like you have to be so special.
Wow. Okay, so they're gonna fuck up just like.
I'm not mean, but I'm like, yeah, if you come
So you're the
around-
standards friend. That's what they call it.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're boring or if you're mean, if
now
upon-
boring, I'm with you.
boring or mean, like I've had friends bring people around that were just straight up not nice to them, and I'm like, y'all are brand new to this, and they're not nice to you.
Oh yeah, that's a tough go of it. Yeah,
Won't work.
Or I've had a situation where I brought Ben around and realized that my friend was the problem.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend be like, he's not gonna take our photo. Like
Yes.
he'll pop up. Like let's say I'm having brunch with the girls, and he's like, I just want to come by and say hi to your friends, and I'll just like keep walking the dog. And then one of my friends was like, well, we want to take a group photo. Like you're not gonna take it. And he was like, I'll take it if you ask. Like, what is this weird, like,
What is this
should have known?
antagonistic?
Yeah. And of course he takes a shit photo because it's Ben. It's blurry, all of that.
It's like from too far
And
up.
so
It's
the-
like kind of tilted. Yeah.
The one friend of mine who's no longer my friend, who's like the standards friend, was like, wow, this is who we're dating? And you're like, maybe it's my friend that sucks.
See,
but
that's
not your
weirdo
friends. Your
energy.
friends are great.
That's weirdo energy. That's like being persnickety and meticulous about things that don't matter. Like he didn't know that you wanted him to take a picture. My stuff is very like I'm infallible. I don't make mistakes.
Of course not.
When other people do things, it's very different than the way I do them.
Of course.
my weird little things are actually justifiable.
Right.
Yeah.
What's something that a guy has done that you were like, get him out of here, security?
To me,
Like a guy that your friend was dating, or
a person that my friend was dating. You gotta understand, I'm mostly friends with lesbians, so it
could be a person. It could be a
I'm
girl.
in the unfortunate position of being anti a lot of women.
We love lesbians.
Oh, we love lesbians.
Which person got the boot from you? You were like, no.
People get the boot from me pretty often. Here's the thing: people in all aspects of my life, people get the boot from me quickly. People get the approval from me quickly. I'm quick to make up my mind. My mind has been changed before. It's rare. My mind has been changed before.
We're very similar in that way.
Yeah, I know. I'm like me and you both. I think we're like within seconds. Within seconds of meeting you, I was like,
Literally,
I love this person.
Yes, same. Yes.
Um,
I mean, I had to give somebody a chop yesterday. Like I will chop I'm not afraid to have a difficult conversation with you.
Conflict is not a big deal.
Right.
Happy to have it.
Ben's like, I gotta walk out of the room because I hear her voice, and I already know. I was like, I'm about to cook her ass like I cooked your ass. Like, she's gotta go.
If you ever came, and here's the thing, if you ever came for me, I'd listen. A lot of people came for me, I'd be like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
If you came for me because you have taste and I trust your perspective.
Thank you. Oh, and my best friends will lay one on me when they're like, you know, you're wrong, right? And let me tell you why. And I will listen.
I'll listen. Yeah.
But this person was like, you gotta go.
Yeah, or I will say, if it's something, there have definitely been times where someone has brought conflict to me, like they've needed to check me, like a friend that I would normally let check me. And if sometimes those things just, they brush up against you in a way that like they touch your stuff in such a way, do you know hedgehog theory?
No.
Have you ever heard of this? There's this theory. I don't even remember who coined it, but there's this thing called hedgehog theory. It's interchangeable with porcupine theory. But what it is like human beings
the
have
famous porcupine theory.
You know, come on.
Obvi.
Human beings are like porcupines or hedgehogs in the cold. We have a desire to be close together to share warmth to survive. We need to be close to other people, but we all have thorns. Like we all have prickly things that like poke up against. So the question is, how close can you get before you start hurting the other person, and how do you maneuver to continue to come closer and share warmth without continuing to hurt each other? It's inevitable that if you do it in certain ways, you will prick people.
Of course.
But how do you figure it out, right? There are times that someone has come to me with conflict that it has poked my particular things, and I won't accept the thing that I needed to be checked on right away. But the thing I will always do is process it a little bit and come back and be like, hey, when I ignored you and treated you crazy, I was wrong. I took a day and that was my bad.
At least you reflected.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you want to hear that next part, go over to the Patreon and subscribe to get the bonus content.
Since now this has become a therapy session.
Yeah.
You're a stand-up.
Thank you.
You've done many, I don't know if you know this or not, but you're a stand-up.
Yeah.
You've done, I'm sure, every kind of gig, from corporate stuff to festival stuff to your own stuff. Has no one ever asked you to run a set? Like, just a couple of jokes, just be like, give us a feel for how it's gonna go. Or like, and you can say like, okay, I'm gonna do 5 minutes of crowd work here, blah, you know, like.
Here's the deal. Yes, people have asked me that, and I have said if I was in the person that you're talking about's position, I might have also said no, because I have very strict boundaries about the way I want to do things. But number one, I wouldn't have asked to be on someone else's show. I'm not in that position. And number two, I would have just said no. And if they let me go, I would have been like, absolutely, we're clearly not on the same page. The condescending.
Mind you, I've been to your show.
Yeah.
I paid to come to your show.
Yeah.
And sat in the front row. So you wouldn't need a mini audition, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
But you know my work.
But I know your work.
And I would weigh that in, right? Like the thing about, I say no to a lot of things. I think no.
Exactly.
I almost start from no in my career. Like not in collaboration. In collaboration, I start from yes. But when it comes to opportunities, I almost start from no, because I'm like, this is the only power in an industry that, by and large, doesn't respect marginalized voices, doesn't respect queer people or people of color or women, doesn't respect us, doesn't want to give us what we want and treat us how we want to be treated. The only power I have is no. And so I pretty much start from no, but I'm comfortable with the consequences. And I never prove someone right. I'll never, if someone lets me go. You're
comfortable with the consequence. Oh, I've been let go. I've been rejected. I've been told no. But you got to be able to, like, you can't argue with the consequences. Like, which one is it?
Yeah. If I was in that person's shoes and the exact same thing had happened and you let me go, I'd have been like, absolutely. I know it's going to be a great show. Would love to do something in the future.
So you wouldn't hit me with that. Well, you're just used to being around people that don't challenge your authority.
Yeah.
And like, it was that. It was like, you're just used to people that don't ask you clarifying questions. So that's why I'm being let go.
Also, by the way, on the challenging authority of it all, it's like there are times when my authority can be challenged, but when I'm running a show that I'm headlining, not the time and certainly not your place. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Something very that I'm interested in about your trajectory is that, you know, you and I met doing stage stuff in Chicago. At the time, I wasn't doing the internet in any meaningful way. Neither were you.
Right.
We were learning to be on the stage in Chicago, and that was like our training, right?
Yeah.
And then you get on the internet and you blow up doing your funny videos. And we were talking a little bit before the mics and cameras were on, I think, about like you are trying to convey nuance to your audience, right? Mm-hmm. Because you're a sexual person, you're a person who has, a husband and a kid, but a person who also is very like open about different parts of your life. You and Ben talk a lot about like being in an interracial relationship. How do you balance kind of like trying to convey all these nuanced parts of yourself while also staying true to like a brand or an avenue or whatever? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's difficult. I just have to keep reminding myself, because the internet has a way of making you think like, well, we love this thing that
Your
you
one
do.
thing, yeah.
yeah, like keep doing just this one thing. Like you sing to your plants. Like we're only gonna put those videos out. But I just had to get to the point where I'm like, if it makes me laugh and it feels authentic to me, there's no way this isn't gonna find who in the world that it should find. Like I really decided one day, like if I wear it, it's sexy. If I eat it, it's delicious. Like so. You know, if I laugh at this, like, it's funny.
Yeah.
You ever told a joke on stage where you're like, only I'm going to think this is funny. I know nobody else is going to get this, but I'm still going to do this for me.
Yeah.
And then everybody thinks it's hilarious. And so I think I just have to keep that going on the internet because a lot of the principles that we learned on the stage just translate so well on the internet to me. Like just like starting in the middle of a scene when it comes to improv. I'll watch a video and I'm like, why is this person starting like, okay, so let me tell y'all about what I did today. I'm like, just start the day.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to edit like that. You know, like you
Yeah.
can just use a lot of that same, I think Ben and I work so well is because improv taught me like, oh, there's a straight man and then there's like protect the freak or there's a monster or whatever, a dramatic character. I'm like, we just got to do that in our house. And then some days you can be the crazy person and I'm the straight man and like, somebody's going to be team you or team her. But that's just all just improv principles just taught me that, you know?
Yeah.
Now, the internet will definitely, like, slap my wrist if I, like, have a sex toy in the back of a video. Like, that's the stuff I got to get, what do they call, like, a gaff or somebody, like, to get in here, like, take some stuff off the set.
Yeah.
Because I'll get a flag just because, like, I wasn't wearing a bra, but I had a top, you know, I was cracking the girls earlier for no bra, but like if I'm in the bed, like, so the internet taught me like, no, you have to put a bra on and a shirt on if you want to like record.
Yeah.
Which
If you
I
want to
think-
put out content, you better put that bra on.
Isn't that ridiculous? Or
Yeah.
one time, the baby was like in the back of a video just with a pamper on, no shirt, no pants. And that video was like flagged for like child. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my God. Like, it's just that little stuff that that's hard to, like, you kind of need a team at some point, but that stuff is still like, you know what? Sue me. Like, my kid's walking around shirtless. Like, everybody's kid's walking around shirtless. Like, I think those like funny mistakes are why people like love the content too.
Yeah, there's a lot of the like algorithm stuff now with the social media apps. Like that's actually on the more defensible end that I can kind of understand. I hate that it triggered a thing for your video, but like, okay, we want to protect children and things like that. Okay, that I can like see the defense for and get on board with. But I really am raging lately against all these fucking apps being geared towards like children now. And the point where you've got grown ass people talking about sex and being like, me and my husband were having sexy time.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna unalive myself. I'm like, whatever happened to suicide? Whatever happened to I was fucking my boyfriend?
Yeah.
You know, bring back suicide. Bring back fucking your boyfriend.
Right. Like, why can't you just say that? But I think TikTok specifically is the warden with that. So
Yes.
I sometimes have been using that to my advantage. Like
But Insta too,
I'll
though.
start a video and then cut it and be like, y'all know I can't show the rest of this. Go follow over here. Like I'm just gonna be like, and then TikTok's like, I know what you're doing. We're not gonna heat this video. But sometimes I'll just like play that advantage to it. Or like I'll bleep out the mouth, I'll bleep out the subtitles, and I'm like, if you want to see what they said, go over here.
Yeah.
Like just like if you're gonna stop me from doing it, like how can I like
Work around
use
it.
that interest to get you somewhere else.
Yeah, even like Insta stories and stuff too. Though I'm just so bored of like, look, when Bad Bunny posted the pics of him in the bathtub, did y'all see those?
I didn't see those.
When he posted that, and I shared it to my story and said, if he
Where
doesn't
we
take
at?
this down, I'm going to kill myself. Don't take that down. I'm not really going to kill myself. Or like when I want to call somebody a faggot, I would rather homophobes be able to call me a faggot than me not be able to say faggot jokingly. I'm like, just let us talk.
Oh, the worst is when I see a black creator because y'all know as women, I'm like, oh my
Just
God.
whispering it.
Yes, you have to whisper it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I just don't, like, find a creative way to say, I'm immediately taken out of the story when the TikTok language starts.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, a sexy time. I'm sorry, but that actually, speaking of suicide, makes me suicidal. Watching grown-up, like adults who really pay bills and taxes, talking like a 12-year-old to try and get the video to do better.
There's
I'm like,
also
there
so many
must be a better way.
euphemisms that you could use.
Yeah.
Like when we were, what is good? Like knocking boots is not a fun one, but you know.
I kind of like knocking boots, bumping uglies.
Yes,
anything.
bumping. When we were bumping and munching and pumping, like we had a good time.
We got the Bad Bunny pics. Now, these, show us the legs, Chance.
Okay, Miss Girl.
It might be covered up in some of them. Show us, oh yeah, so he just,
Oh,
God.
he's so attractive. Like,
Bad Bunny, if you're listening, and I'm sure that you are, I need you. I need you like I need oxygen, brother. Give me a call. I need to talk to you
Man.
bad. He's posting full like thigh crotch in the bathtub. I
that's-
need to be able to post about suicidal ideation at these times.
And these trying times.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yes, honey.
now
The little leg
that
tattoos.
is
I'm
enough.
sorry, I'm gonna cry because that's like he's so hot. I just
That'll get you out of bed in the morning. Like,
It'll
if you
get
need
me
a
into
reason
bed. Are you
and
kidding?
get in
I'm not getting
and
out of bed.
out of bed.
I need
Like, if I
him-
need a reason to start my day, like, wow.
I need him in a way that could not ever honor God. Like I
At this point, even guys, like, I did that. Like,
Yes.
I made that.
I need Bad Bunny.
Handcrafted.
And I know I'm not unique. Everybody wants Bad Bunny, but I need him in a way that other girls don't understand.
Even his bubbles are bubbling in ways that my bubble bath don't bubble. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
we don't have
those
access
are different
to
bubbles.
that.
We don't have access to those shiny bubbles.
People like me and you don't get bubbles like that.
we don't get those bubbles. Wow.
I just oh man, I would do anything.
He knew he was. You know how you like? Oh, you knew what you were doing.
I've talked about Bad Bunny now in 2 episodes. I need to relax. But
Obsessed.
hey,
Capital B bad.
now I've got an opportunity for you to make some money here today.
Oh,
Now, did you know that was coming?
I mean, if I gotta take my shirt off, we gotta do what we gotta
And that's
do.
opportunity number 2. But opportunity number 1 is I have a true false segment for you.
Ooh, okay,
What
fine.
I'm going to do is I'm going to read you 15 statements. You're going to tell me as quickly as you can if you think they're true or false. And if you get more than 10 correct, I'm going to give you $50 US. And that's
Oh,
real
no.
$50 US.
Okay.
Okay, here we
These
go.
are actual facts. This is not my opinion. Like barbecue.
These are statements. Yeah, these are statements, and there is a true or false. There's a definitive answer.
Okay.
Okay, quick as you can. Here we go. Alberton, Georgia is the granite capital of the world.
True.
True. The first computer mouse was made of metal.
False.
False. It was made of wood. Barack Obama is 5'11".
True.
False. He's 6'2". The word yoga comes from Sanskrit and it means heel.
False.
False. It's
Union.
my
To
girl.
yoke. Oh.
Snails have teeth.
False.
True. The longest anyone has held their breath underwater is 24 minutes and 37 seconds.
False.
True. The last letter added to the English language was Z.
The last letter?
Added to the English language was Z.
True?
False. J. The game Monopoly was invented by a woman.
True.
True. Bow, 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 bow. Feminism victory. Fruit Loops are all the same flavor.
True.
True. Dua Lipa has gone skydiving over a dozen times.
False.
False. WhatsApp started as a dog walking app.
False.
False. Batman vs. Superman came out in 2021.
False.
False. 2016. Some jellyfish are immortal.
That's so insane. True?
CTA stands for Chicago Transport Authority.
Well, false.
Yeah, it's Chicago Transit Authority. A real
yes,
Chicagoan
yes.
can't lie.
Yeah.
Australia is wider than the moon.
Whiter?
Wider.
I would have had you in the first iteration of it, but let me see. Wider than the moon. That
Australia's
can't
wider
be
than
right.
the moon.
False.
True. How much you get?
10.
Let's go!
Oh my God! Did I really?
Yeah.
Oh, I was losing
50
hope.
US dollars coming your way, baby.
Yes.
What are you going to spend it on?
Oh my God! I'm gonna buy a new pair of tits, so I can be braless like the girls.
Please don't get the $50 tits. Please save up or get the $100
Let's gotta
titties.
get me like a nipple or something. Like, Doc, what
Something.
can you do for 50?
Something. What can y'all do me for? I think for 50 they can't even get you a good bra, right? No. I think they're pretty.
Wait, I have to talk about the moon. Australia is wider, like landmass from start to finish, than the moon.
Did that end up being true? That's true.
Yeah. So it's a little land mass, like square footage. The moon is much bigger. But if you were to just take the diameter of the moon and the diameter of Australia, Australia is technically wider.
Wow.
Just not three-dimensional. But
Of course.
You believe that? Crazy.
That is crazy.
Amber, I have to ask you a very important question.
Yes.
What is something that is so true to you?
I gotta break this all the way down.
Come on.
I came with 3, but we're gonna start with my top. Start with my top one.
came with 3, but we're doing top one.
I'm
Let's
so
go.
excited. When it comes to desserts,
Yes.
a quintessential like 10 out of 10 dessert for me
Yeah.
will have 3 elements:
Okay.
hot,
Yes.
some sort of heat,
Yes.
a cold,
Yes.
and a crunch.
Explain more.
So a skillet cookie for me is a
Wow.
perfect dessert.
Wow.
You have the heat of the cookie,
Yeah.
the cold of the ice cream,
Yes.
and the crunch of the cookie.
Wow.
I need all of those elements for a good dessert.
Must have.
Yes. So even if you can't get the heat, you gotta serve an espresso. Okay, it has to be served with it.
So
in
you
some
do
way.
you do like pumpkin pie with whipped cream, but then you need an espresso on the side. Or
Yes.
something. Like you're saying it just has to come.
Or the heat can be a spice element.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
It could be a spice of an apple or something.
Yeah.
Or I could do a good a good key lime, but there needs to be some sort of heat element to it. But I need the crunch of the crust.
What's a dessert that fails this test so bad that you don't respect it?
Anything just if they bring out just lemon curd with something on the top.
Won't
You know what I'm
work.
saying?
Won't
A
work.
pudding
Yeah.
isn't gonna do it for me.
Yeah.
A mousse
No.
won't do it. Even a chocolate mousse sometimes. I'm like, I need those other elements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm with you.
I feel like when most people name their favorite dessert, I'm like, where's the crunch? I love a creme brulee.
You love a creme brulee.
I love a creme brulee, but I don't love just a swirl of meringue and stuff.
Would a fresh strawberry be enough crunch for you, or do you need a brittle crunch?
I don't need a wet crunch. I need a dry crunch.
You need a dry crunch. That's
the
important.
difference. That's very important.
That's very important, and I'm with you.
I will tell you about this time. This is going to make me sound very bougie, but I have to tell it because I'm dragging this person and this entity.
Yeah.
I went to Paris in May.
Come on.
We went to an incredible 5-star restaurant. Had the works. Great food, great sauces, great butters. You know, the French do their sauces and their onions and their things right.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for dessert because the French do dessert.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
They bring out, wait for it, their white asparagus ice cream. Now, asparagus were in season, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they thought they were going to get points from me for somehow making vegetables into ice cream.
Yeah.
No, ma'am.
No.
And I tasted it, and my friend was like, but you got to think about the nerve to do something this creative.
I don't have to think about that at all.
No.
Don't get creative with me.
Get that creme brulee out here stat.
Now.
So I need all of those elements for a dessert to be good.
White asparagus ice cream is one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
They should be burned at the stake.
I don't care what kind of bravery they were dealing with in the kitchen.
Yes.
Bottle it back
You
up.
should be hung in town square.
should be killed in the town square.
It's an abomination.
For white asparagus ice cream. That's
Veggie
crazy.
ice cream.
LA restaurants are always trying to do something like that. I had a split pea ice cream once at an LA restaurant. They're
What-
always trying to do something goofy.
What are
with
we
me.
doing? Every day we stray further from the Lord.
If you don't be
when we
normal and make a
that.
pecan pie,
Make a fucking
make
pecan
a pecan pie. What am I, a fucking clown to you? Bring a pecan pie out here right now.
Exactly. And I kind of need a splash of something cold with it. If the crunch is right, the heat is right. I just need something cold to flush it down.
Yeah.
Maybe a little iced tea, something.
Pecan pie a la mode.
Yes.
Not a problem for me.
Not a problem for me. I
I'll
need
go right
all
in
of
on that. It's not a problem.
I bet if everything just had a crunch and heat and then a scoop of ice cream,
No
I'm in
big
heaven.
deal.
I'm in heaven.
What are your other two so truths?
I deeply feel this one's not a big hot take, but I feel like Lorde, the singer performer, Lorde crawled so Billie Eilish could run. Because we've forgotten about her.
We did
Maybe
forget
it's her
about Lorde.
team. I don't know, but that weird whispery white girl thing was being done.
Live in movies.
Yes.
Yeah. That shit.
There's a humming in the wrist of summer. Like all of that.
That was
all of
hitting.
that.
In my-
and then when Billy started with the copycat and the bad guys, I was like, is this Lorde? And somebody was like, no. And I was like, what do you mean no?
Do you know what though? Billie Eilish. I love Billie. I'm here for all of her.
I love Billie.
But I will say you're so right because I don't know if we hadn't had Lorde, I don't know if we could have all gotten on board with.
We couldn't have gotten on board with it.
I'm sad again.
Yes, it's the
Don't tell my
that's the song.
boyfriend.
I feel similarly about
She's given.
Baby Spice and Ariana Grande.
Thank you.
It's this would not happen without that.
That had to happen for this.
Had to happen.
Had to.
Had to.
Who do you think? Do you think there's someone like that for you? Who crawled so that you could walk?
Oh, Issa Rae down.
Oh my god.
Issa Rae, Quinta Brunson. I hate when people are like, you can't just make stuff on the internet and then work backwards from there to become a part of the industry. I was like,
Some of us don't have a
water
choice, by the way.
Some of us don't have a choice.
Yeah.
No one's gonna take just I have an idea. So now I love that the landscape is I have an idea. I kickstarted or funded it, seed and sparked it.
Yeah.
I made it, and now somebody picked it up.
Yeah.
The gatekeeping is gone. So for me, those are those girls. I stand on their shoulders and can't wait to maybe work with them one day.
Both amazing. I love them deeply. Quinta is a genius.
Yes.
Insecure to me is just one of the best TV shows ever made. Like I just think the elements of Insecure, the writing, the depiction of friendship at that age in your life, the love letter that it is to Inglewood and LA in general, the fucking soundtrack. Like Issa is just like
it's beautiful.
There's just
beautiful.
no one like her.
I mean, and did you see Awkward Black Girl, which was the web series?
Yeah, bits and pieces.
I mean, I like it for me is better than Insecure. Like,
really?
Yeah. I feel that strongly about it. Like a true love letter to Black girls. Like that was that. And of course, you know, once HBO picked it up, they're like, you can't have a show on the air called Awkward Black Girl. Like we gotta reach everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. Seeing that progression, I love Insecure as well, but like just those shitty, stupid, funny jokes on Awkward Black Girl got me through college.
Will always be your
Yes.
I agree. I'm with you. What's your other one?
I had one more. What was it? Okay, so there are some things that I feel like should be crimes.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to like friendships.
Yeah.
These are all my two big ones. I think it should be a crime to ask your friend to pick you up from the airport.
Okay, now you and I are big disagreements on this. Go ahead. I
have, especially now that I'm a parent.
That's the thing, is you're a mother.
Don't ask me to pick you up. I would sooner send you the Uber money.
Yeah.
But it is like, especially getting to like LAX, maybe I'll pick you up from Burbank if it's the first, and if it's a family member.
Yeah.
I will give you an example that will have you on my side.
I can't wait to be won over.
It's the weekend of my wedding.
Yeah.
I'm the bride. It's my wedding.
Stop now.
My mother's like, I need you to go to the airport and pick some people up. And I was like, Mother, I can't do that. She's like, well, your grandmother like flew in town. Like, who's gonna pick her up from the airport? And I'm like, somebody's got to Uber her because I'm at the rehearsal. I'm still running around because this is, our baby Chicago budget at the time. So like, I'm putting all the centerpieces together. She's like, well, who's gonna get your grandma from the airport? And I was like, this should be a rule.
A serial killer. I don't care.
Anyone.
I got stuff to do.
Anyone. I have things to do. So there almost reaches this point where people are like, I came in town to see you. Like, why will you not be picking me up?
Yeah.
Like, why will you not be escorting me to the thing?
That won't work.
And so I feel the same way about helping friends move. That's a whole nother. You ain't even got how much time we got on the pod.
I love you so
Don't
much.
ask me to help you move. Like, I'm gonna strain my back. Like, why didn't you plan better? And they're never packed.
No,
when you go there, everything is still out. I'm like, so you haven't even packed, so that I could easily help orchestrate. You haven't even decluttered.
Yeah.
I can't help people move. Like, I'm out of that era of my life.
I will say, helping people move is another thing. I'm always down if someone really needs it. I would
No.
sooner donate money to the movers.
To the movers, I'll buy pizza for
I'll buy
but I'm not.
I'd love to help unpack. But
I'll send Ben over there to fetch them boxes, but I'm not helping you move. Like, I can't.
We age out of that one. The airport thing for me is this. Now, there are extreme rare examples like the one you just mentioned where it's inappropriate to ask. Wedding is crazy. To me, any other time, it is always okay to ask. It is always more than okay to say no. I don't mind someone asking. And if I can't, like if it's like LA, they need to be picked up at 5 p.m., I will say, absolutely not.
That's
I wish
2
you the
hours
best.
of your life.
3. I mean, that's
3.
crazy. But I will
what's
say,
going on where they can't just call a car?
Here's the thing though.
If it's finances, I got the car.
Specifically with LA, it's never finances for me.
Right.
Specifically with LA, it's LA
Heard it here
exit,
first.
dude. It's LA exit.
Yep.
Fuck LA exit. LAX, if you're listening to this, god damn it. LA exit is why did they do it?
Why did they do that? Yeah.
LA exit makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
You have to walk to a bus that takes you to a new parking lot where you try to order an Uber.
That's true.
And then you get there. Now, people who haven't done LA exit, count your lucky fucking stars.
Yeah. I'll give you that. I'll give you a point there.
You
that's
walk
the
in
point.
to LA exit, you get off the bus. If you even took the bus, sometimes it's literally easier to walk. I walked in the rain last time I landed. You walk to LA exit and you get there and it's like one end of a 2 football fields length parking lot.
You're correct.
And they have every single entrance crosswalk blocked off to get over to where your car picks you up. So you have to walk all the way down and around and then back to the end of the line to get your car. It's like the person who designed LA exit literally would have excelled in Nazi Germany. They are. They would have excelled in
Not
Hitler's
thrived,
Germany.
excelled.
They would have been high up in
Yes,
the Reich.
yes.
Whoever designed LAX, it will be in hell, and I'll see them there with a knife. I will
They
kill
gonna be
them.
in a different circle than me, but
I will kill them in hell. LAX is, so that's why I'll ask a friend sometimes.
Okay, so how do you feel about like when you land in Kansas City?
I'll ask a friend there because it's easy. But also, usually I'm just asking
So
a friend.
you're the bad friend in the group. I see where this is going.
Yeah, but I
They're
pick-
like, God damn, Caleb coming in town. Like, who's like, can we draw straws? Who's gonna pick him up? Like, no.
Well, what's even crazier is usually somebody is borrowing my car in Kansas City because I keep a car at my house there. So usually what it is whoever's borrowing my car, I ask them to come pick me up,
I think that's fair.
and then I'll drop them off and take my car back.
I think that's fair.
That is fair.
But when I'm at home, like just trying to keep my toddler alive, and somebody's like, "Girl, I just landed. Can you scoop me?" Like it's always like, "So you're in town for how long? Are you staying with me? Did we talk about this?" But I'm like, "Can I just pay for you to come to my house because like getting that fucking car seat together and then the baby?" And I'm like, "Well, let me go get the milk. Well, let me go get the snacks. Well, let me go."
Yeah.
Like you will do so much better to even do the football field at LAX with that.
With a kid, it's so different. And also, you just touched on something that I absolutely fucking despise. One of my pet peeves is when people try to use cutesy language to change my opinion on something. They'll go, like something like that. They'll be like, would it be the worst thing in the world if you just like drop by and scoop me up? I'm like, don't try to be fucking Hallmark card cute with me about this. You're talking about a 3-hour drive out of my.
Yes.
They'll be like, yeah, I thought maybe we could just swing by the store on the way home. Meanwhile, they have 2 hours of grocery shopping to do. Swing by and
that's what I
scoop
like
me
to
up.
do.
And
When I land somewhere, I like to go to CVS because
Yeah.
I probably forgot a toothbrush or some paste or something. It's like, well, I might need some stockings. It was colder in this city than I thought it would be. Whatever it is. So then I'm a part of like at this point, I'm your fucking personal assistant.
Yeah.
I'm your chauffeur.
swing by, hop on, scoop me. Now I use these too, but when I do it again, it's
But
very different.
It's very different what I do.
Now, when I do
so
these,
funny
it's
because
very
I had a
different.
friend recently pick me up for the airport. She offered. She's like, "Oh, well, when y'all land, I'll just come get you." I was like, "Oh, you don't have to do that. Like, you're gonna sit in hours of traffic, whatever." And she was like, "No, I got you." Of course, she gets there. She's like, "Oh, this is so fucking hard to get here." I was like, "I don't want to hear none of this shit."
No, you keep
Because
that to
I tried
yourselves.
to give you an out.
Yeah.
Like, we just flew so far with a screaming baby on a flight, and now you're not delighted to see me. Like, I told you have to pick us up.
Ugh, I love you so much. Is there anything you want to promote before you go? People
When
come
it's
see
coming
you?
out?
Next like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So I would love if you listen to our podcast, Fly on the Wallin. I have a podcast with my husband Ben. Our last name is Wallin. So Fly on the Wallin podcast drops weekly on Wednesdays. We do have a live show, but it'll be past. So hopefully the next city date will be coming soon. But yeah, just listen to the podcast and follow me on Burr I Am on Instagram. BURR_IAM.
Go follow Amber everywhere. I
Yeah.
love you so much. Thank you so much.
I love you too. Thank you for having me.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Please like and subscribe on everything and leave reviews on Apple and all those places. You know what to do. Do all the things, follow it everywhere. Also, please come see me live in person. I'm doing live shows as always. I'm doing New York City on March 28th. March 29th, I'm in Washington, D.C. March 30th, I'm in Philadelphia. Oh, what else? April 1st, I'm in Chicago. April 5th, I'm in Nashville. April 9th, I'm in San Francisco. April 10th, I'm in Los Angeles. And this is the first time I'm saying these on here. May 1st, I'm doing Houston. May 3rd, I'm doing Fort Worth. And May 4th, I'm doing Dallas. And on those 3 shows in Texas, I'm running my hour. Before I run my hour, May 6th in Los Angeles as part of Netflix is a Joke at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Spooky. So please go buy tickets and come out and see me. Love ya.